Up tonight on Season Pass. We've reached week 10 of the high school football season, and it's do or die time for some teams looking to make the playoffs, including the Central Bobcats. Our game of the week turns into a defensive slugfest that you don't want to miss. We find out where the men and women ASU basketball teams are picked in the LSC preseason polls. Gary Patterson out at TCU. Luka and the Mavs take on the Kings.
It's going to take some Luka magic to save the...
Welcome on into Season Pass. I'm your host, Ryan Campo, for Week 10 of the high school football season, plus some looks at some Angelo State athletics, the NFL, and a whole bunch more. Grab some popcorn, kick back. Let's have some fun for this next 30 minutes on this spooky Halloween. Let's start off Week 10 of the high school football season. Time is starting to run out for Central if they would like to make the playoffs this season. A win for the Bobcats and some help could clinch a playoff spot on Friday. Very first play from scrimmage, Central goes with the long ball. Tyler Hill with some time, sails it deep to Jacob English, breaks the foot tackle. He's off to the races. That's a touchdown. Bobcats starting off with a spark 7-0. But there's a reason. Legacy has the highest scoring offense in the Little Southwest Conference. Marcus Davila to Addison Akbar. That breaks the tie. Rebels now up 14-7. Still in the first, though. Legacy back in the red zone. This time, Davila finds Chris Brazal for the touchdown. 21-7 Rebels. And this isn't the first time you'll hear Chris Brazal's name tonight. In the second, Rebels in striking distance again. Davila lobs it up. Brazil fights through two Bobcats, comes down with it. 28-7. How about the first half hat trick? Brazil on the crossing route, making it look easy. Rebels led 35-7 at that point. They run away with it, 69-28. They'll get Permian next week for a shot at an outright district title. However, Central did clinch a final playoff spot on Friday night. And after taking down the defending champs in district play last week, losing in double overtime to them last week, they fell on the road on Friday, that being Lakeview, to Andrews, 45-24. While hosting Clyde first quarter, Gabe Haskins hands it to Dominic Garcia, sheds a few Clyde defenders, takes it all the way to the end zone. Hawks on the board first, 7-0. Then 7 minutes later in the first, Clyde with the fumble here. Wall's Ryan Allen recovers it. Hawks, they're busy early and often on Friday night. A few plays later, Gabe Haskins fakes the handoff, carries it into the end zone. That makes it 14-0. We go to the second quarter. Haskins would pitch it to Dane Reynolds, takes it outside, beats the defenders to the end zone. Wall making it a 20-point ball game at half, and they clinch a playoff spot with the big 35-0 victory. More from District 3 3A Division 1. TLC hosting early. We jump to the second, already 21-0 early, and it's Vic Cooper takes the handoff to the outside, and he's gone. Extends the lead early on. Still in the second, early pounding the ball on the ground. This time it's Frankie Villarreal. Takes it for the Longhorns score. To the second half now, it's Villarreal once again hurdles a man. You don't see that very often. That made it 50-0, and they roll early and often. No pun intended. 72-0. Now it's time for our game of the week, a showdown in District 2 3A between Sonora and Grape Creek. A Grape Creek victory could cause some craziness for this upcoming Friday night. Let's go all the way to the fourth quarter. Under 2 to play, Grape Creek driving. It's Isaiah Briones fighting his way for the Eagles' first down. Offense hard to come by on this one. A few plays later in the red zone, Landon Kroll with the old jump pass. Colton Allen gets his feet in bounds. Grape Creek takes a 7-0 lead late. However, here comes Sonora. Hunter O'Bannon takes the handoff at midfield, cuts it back, finally brought it down inside the 25. Broncos, they're in business. Then it's Jamie Boutron. Collects the low snap, takes it in, 7-6. Then the Broncos, they have a big decision to make. They decide to go for 2 in the win. O'Bannon gets it, but is met by a host of Eagles and Grape Creek. They get the stop and the victory to clinch a playoff spot and a 3-way tie in the first place in the district. We caught up with head coach Tanner Teal following the victory.
I want to talk about your defense in particular because Sean Mangia doesn't play defense at all, so he's normally really fresh in the second half. How are you guys able to neutralize him and hold them to only 6 points all game?
You know, just really good game plan by our defensive staff. I mean, like I said, they watch a ton of film. They understand tendencies and stuff like that. And, man, defense just got after it tonight.
So what does a win like this do for your program, especially confidence moving forward and potentially, I mean, you guys clinched the playoff spot, no?
Yes, sir.
So moving into the playoffs now, what does this do for you confidence-wise?
I mean, it's sky's the limit, really. I mean, we talked to the kids, as long as we take care of business next week against Ingram, we're district champs right there with Brady and Sonora. And so that's never happened in school history, so that's huge. And it's something, well, I've had these kids since they were 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and so we've been telling them since then that there's something special about this group, and I think they just showed everybody that tonight.
Miles hosting Rock Springs on Friday night. That's Rock Springs, Miles quarterback. Haven Book calls his own number, goes right, cuts back left, 6-0 after the missed PAT. Still in the first, Book again makes a tackler miss at the line, turns on the Jets, stumbling, rumbling, tumbling his way to the end zone. It's 12-0 Miles. For a final minute of the first, Bo Hernandez takes the handoff. He's in from short yardage, 12-8 Miles at that point. In the second, design run for Sebastian Vrial. He finds a Will, there's the PF Flyers. He's gone 16-8 at that point. This one back and forth all night. Rock Springs wins it 65-53, the final. Cristobal over Junction 48-0 on Friday. And Brady takes care of Ingram Moore, as I mentioned. It's a three-way tie now for that district title Friday night. So make sure to stick with us to give you all the details of what happens on Friday night football. Down to District 14 1A, Division 1, the Mason Punchers have won 10 straight after district titles after their thrilling comeback win in the fourth quarter last week over Johnson City. The Punchers just one win away from at least another share of a district title. Taking on Bracketville wasn't even that close. First Punchers offensive play, Ryan Todd, 7-0. He could go all the way. Ryan Todd, that's a touchdown for him. Later in the quarter, Ivan Wofford takes the handoff, and he's gone as well. Mason early and often. The inside handoff would go to Hunter Goodwin, excuse me. Mason, they dominate 51-0. More games in that district. Ozona shuts out Harper Friday night, 40-0. Coming up on Season Pass, we go from 11-man to 6-man. We shrink the field a little bit. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Locker Room is back on ConchoValleyHomepage.com with high school football scores, highlights, and top stories available right from your computer or phone. The Locker Room on ConchoValleyHomepage.com. Log on and get in the game today.
It's time for a talk. If you're 45 or older, you need to get yourself screened for colon cancer. This disease can be very treatable when caught early, so the sooner you know what's up with your health, the better. The good news is that there's options for getting screened that are easier than you think. Get informed. If you're a man or a woman, 45 or older, take control. Get screened for colon cancer. StandUpToCancer.org/colon cancer.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines. would you give for a child you loved to make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.
Welcome back. Six-man football. The two big dogs on a bye this week, Sterling City and those Water Valley Wildcats. So let's start out with the Wildcats district. 14-1A Division I, Erie County and Eden currently tied for second place. They play next week, and it could determine who makes the playoffs. But first, they had to win on Friday. Start with the Hornets on the road in Very Best. Early in the first, Trayvon Koffel shows off his touch. Isaiah Dutchover, who manages to stay on his feet for the opening score. 8-0 Hornets. Still in the first, it's Koffel again. Has time in the pocket, decides to run with it, which is always a good choice. He scores to make it 16-0 Erie County. Later in the first, Koffel to the air once again, finding a wide open Fred Mayberry in the end zone. That made it 30-0 Erie County. Early and often tonight, 65-8. Speaking of those Eden Bulldogs, second place on the line next Friday against Erie County. They took care of business 58-12 over Paint Rock. And Westbrook kept their playoffs hopes alive. They shut out Robert Lee on Friday night 45-0. And Highland all over Brant on Friday 60-14. That one the final from there. Blackwell took care of business against Trent 52-6. You like scoring, you came to the right place. Coming up on Season Pass, we go from the gridiron to the volleyball courts. Some huge district volleyball action coming your way right after the break.
KLST is honoring those who served with a special presentation, Veterans Voices, Sunday, November 7th at 5 on KLST. Sponsored by Concho Valley Door, Trans-Texas Southwest Credit Union, and CTWP.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Boys and Girls Clubs are providing millions of meals to communities, childcare to first responders, and virtual programming. We're doing whatever it takes to help families get through this crisis, but we can't do this alone. Visit bgca.org/relief fund.
I want to tell you about a leading cause of blindness, wet age-related macular degeneration, or wet AMD. And it's not just a normal part of aging. It took away my mother's ability to read, play bridge, even recognize faces. As her vision slipped away, so did her independence. But now, there are treatments that weren't available to my mom. To learn more about symptoms and treatment options, visit looktoyourfuture.com.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
They could save your life.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
Tuesday night, the match of the night in high school football was Wall and Jim Ned. The Lady Hawks needed a win to set up a district championship match against Clyde. They won the first meeting at Jim Ned in 5 sets, but the Lady Hawks meant business on Tuesday. A packed gym for Wall and Jim Ned. Early in the first set, Wall having a block party, come one, come all. Let's start with Aaron Morrison. Not once, but twice, Lady Hawks jump out to an early lead. Later in the first, Cameron Williams showing the sheer power the defender can only duck and cover and hope it doesn't hit her in the face. Wall took the opening set, 25-22. In the second, Lady Hawks pulled away late. Caroline Holtman hits that off a Lady Indians block on set point. Wall sweeps Jim Ned 3-0. They face Clyde on Saturday for the district title. And speaking of that match, however, Clyde just too much for the Bulldogs on Saturday. Over in Coleman, Wall fell in 4 sets to Clyde. The Bulldogs jumped out to a 2-0 set before Wall took the third. Clyde just too much. Wall would finish second, though, in district play. We'll play in Coahoma and Colorado City on Monday. Coming up on Season Pass, we check in the week that was that Angelo State Bells and Rams. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
With webcasts, push alerts, and website exclusives, all completely free, behind zero paywalls. ConchoValleyHomepage.com isn't just news for San Angelo. It's keeping you connected to the Concho Valley.
Right here, in our hands, we have the power to save a life. If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, call 911 and push hard and fast in the center of the chest.
The power is in your hands.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
But everything looks clear. No ugly white spots in there.
All gone.
Welcome back. It was smooth sailing last week for the Angelo State Rams as they took care of business early and often at home against Simon Fraser, winning 51-10. But it's back to conference play this week on the road in Portales. Angelo State taking on in New Mexico, taking on Eastern New Mexico. Second quarter, Rams up 3-0 already. Offense gets started to roll. Zach Bronkhorst connects with Dagan Dunham. It's 10-0 ASU. Later in the quarter, after an interception by the Rams defense, Bronkhorst hits C.J. Odom on the screen. Wide open spaces, unfamiliar places, but for the Rams, it's familiar places. It's 24-0 now. Rams had another touchdown. Nate Amayabu off the tackle left, willing his way in for Angelo State. 31-0 at the break. Now in the third, Rams knocking on the door. Bronkhorst calls his own number. Second rushing touchdown of the game. Angelo State runs over the Greyhounds tonight, on Saturday, 59-7. They're back home against Commerce next Saturday in their home finale. To the pitch, the Bells soccer team picked up their second straight LSC Road victory on Saturday against Texas Women's in a matchup of the two best defenses in the conference. Goals from Bells, Mariah Griffin and Avery McNamee proved to be the difference. They got a week left in their season. They're sitting tied for second right now in conference play. The Angelo State Bells went out. They'll host the LSC Conference Tournament. Thursday, they traveled to Permian Basin to face UTPB, who entered at 9-2 in conference play, just below the Bells in the rankings. Lone Star Conference matchup between 10-1 Angelo State, 9-2 UT Permian Basin. First set, Ramblers Rambells, looking for an early lead. Grace White tips it over for the point here. Angelo State goes up 5-2. Later in the set, Annalise Lucio gives the Rambells a taste of their own medicine with the deceptive dunk over the net. Falcons tie things up at 8. Moments after that, they set things up for the Scrambler. UTPB wins the first set, but the 6th-ranked Bells would win the match. 3-1 ASU back in action at Western New Mexico. And speaking of that matchup against Western New Mexico, the Bells completed their long weekend trip with a sweep over the Mustangs Saturday afternoon in a match that included a second-set comeback for the Bells and an efficient offensive performance that saw them hit almost 38% for the match. The Lone Star Conference has released its preseason polls for both the men's and women's 2021-22 season. Angelo State Rams projected to finish 7th. Last season wasn't the best for Cinco Boone and his team. Rams only finished 8-9 in conference, winless in their division, though because of a point system used by the conference to determine standings, ASU got the 5 seed in the conference tournament before falling to Texas A&M Kingsville. Here's what head coach Cinco Boone had to say earlier this week during the virtual media day.
The pandemic gave everybody an extra year of eligibility. The transfer portal, the way that it is, and players leaving the conference, I mean, it's hard to really predict a preseason poll. And so I think it's great for college basketball that we have preseason polls, and there's excitement to know where you're going to finish and predict where it's at. But we all know we're vying for what's going to happen at the end and where we're going to land, not where we start.
And here's a look at the whole preseason for the men's basketball season. LCU picked to win their 2nd straight conference title, 26 first-place votes. UT, the runner-up in Division II, got 13. DBU, Kingsville, and St. Ed's also got first-place votes in the top 5. Here's 6 through 10. UT Tyler, the only other team to receive a first-place vote. Cameron, Texas A&M International, Western New Mexico round out the bottom 3 of the 17 total teams in the LSC. Now we'll go to the women's side to see their preseason poll for the 2021-22 basketball season. The Bells didn't have the best season, just going 1-13. The poll reflected that as the Bells are projected to finish 15th this upcoming season. Lubbock Christian received their 3rd straight preseason #1 ranking. A&M Commerce is 2nd and is the only team in the top 5 to receive first-place votes. West Texas A&M, Cameron, Midwestern State round out the top 5. Only UT Tyler and Western New Mexico fall below the Bells in the poll. Here's what new head coach Alicia Ellis had to say during their virtual media day this week.
The preseason's been awesome. It was a little bit different than what they were used to, but, you know, they've bought in, and that's all that a coach can do. But the preseason has been great just because they've come every day. I'll be honest with you. To have a demanding preseason is hard, and we didn't know how many would last through that, but we've had most of them, you know, grit their teeth and get through it, and that tells you the kind of players that we have.
Now it's time for Compo Crazies from the past week. The wild, the outrageous, the oh my goodness moments of the week. Let's get things started here with some college football. Florida State Clemson game on Saturday. Rolls over his defender, keeps his 2 feet in. Foot. Words are hard sometimes. He would eventually score on that one. Over still more college football, let's go to the MACtion. Bowling Green Buffalo just runs over his defender. Okay, that's fine. Big man goes to the house. Literally, here comes the boom. We go to the pitch. Soccer. Goaltender fumbles it with the bicycle kick. If I tried to do that, I'd probably break every bone in my body. But hey, you know, that's why he gets paid the big bucks to do stuff like that. That's it for this week's Compo Crazies. Check back next week. Coming up, we take a look at the Mavericks start to their season, getting things underway over in Dallas. We'll be right back.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, it's a Chevy Silverado. Check out this multi-flex tailgate.
Multi-flex, huh?
Comes a step.
Mom, Dad's flexing again.
That's not all. You can extend the bed for longer stuff.
Is he still flexing?
That's right. And it becomes a workspace. You can put your laptop here. I'm sending an imaginary email.
Hey, Dad, dinner.
Hey, look who stopped by Daddy's office.
Wait, you work here?
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new flexibility, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Mike with MGB, Mike's Gold Buyers. Gold and silver prices are terrific, which means more money for your gold, silver, and diamonds. Come to MGB and you'll say,
I sold gold and I like Mike.
On Avenue N by Angelo State.
Go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com for an in-depth look at history through the eyes of our service members. Veterans Voices, honoring those who served. Online now at ConchoValleyHomepage.com. Sponsored by Concho Valley Door, Trans Texas Southwest Credit Union, and CTWP.
Welcome back. We're just 10 days into the NBA season. Mavs, so far so good for them, winning 3 of their last 4 to the NBA. Mavs hosting the Kings this afternoon on a spooky Sunday, Halloween. Early in the first off, a missed shot by the Kings. Luka Doncic with the long pass right in the hands of Dwight Powell. Pump fakes once, not twice. Hits the easy layup. Mavs up 4-0 early. Later in the first, Jalen Brunson showing off his speed with the straight line. Lefty finish for 2. In the second, Luka just too much for his opponent. With the spin move, gets hit, takes a little nap. Gets the bucket. Luka Magic on full display. To the third, Luka over to Tim Hardaway Jr., the former Wolverine, buries the three-pointer to give the Mavs a 4-point lead. And in the fourth, Luka, shot clock winding down from the logo. Nothing but net. Mavs just too much for the Kings tonight. 105-99. Some breaking college football news. Gary Patterson out at TCU after 21 years as coach. Jerry Kill, an assistant with Patterson's staff, has been named interim head coach. This season, TCU is 3-5 overall, 1-4 in the Big 12 this season. He was 181-79 overall at TCU. Now it's time for our KLST Player of the Week. With all the craziness that happened Friday night, is thanks to Colton Allen's touchdown catch in the fourth quarter. In a game that only saw 13 points, offense very hard to come by. But Allen's tiptoe touchdown right there, he could have played it on Sunday. Got 2 feet in. Great Creek turned out to be the difference. That game, they would end up winning 7-6. The Eagles now tied in a 3-way position for first place with Sonora and Brady.
Player of the Week is sponsored by Linda's Pawn.
Now it's time for our Dr. Pepper Trivia Challenge. Wall Hawks are another team that clinched a playoff spot with a win on Friday. With doing that, how many consecutive trips to the postseason is it? Is it 6, 9, 13, 16? Well, they did win this week, and now it's 13 consecutive trips to the playoffs in a row. Congrats, even Eva Bauman, this week's winner. If you think you know the answer to these questions, head over to our website, ConchoValleyHomepage.com. Take the trivia challenge for more. Chance to win a $25 gift card. Before we go tonight, one final check on the Houston Astros Atlanta Braves Game 5. Houston up 9-5. That one top 9. Game 6 would be Tuesday night in Houston. And that wraps up this week's episode of Season Pass. You can check out all of our content on ConchoValleyHomepage.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at KLST Sports. Make sure to use the hashtag Season Pass to stay in the conversation. We'll see everyone next week. Have a good night.